What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with another video to get those 10, 20 views. We are back in the Mariners jersey. Next Tuesday's video, we won't be in the Mariners jersey regardless of the series. Hopefully, they win on. Kirby is on the mound for Game 3. Hopefully, that does good. I would rather have seen Kirby out of the pen in Game 1 and Game 2. That's just me. But yeah, so I've been doing Halloween-based things because before I get to do deep dive, don't forget to do the thing.
Bolin, do the thing.
What thing?
The thing! I never had to tell Julie what thing.
I'm not Julie, okay? Pretend I don't know anything about anything that's happening here.
Like if you like this video, subscribe if you seem to like me and my weirdness. Share. Help me grow my channel. I want to hit 50 by the end of the year. Not asking too much for some random nitwit who started off at 0 on pretty much everything. You can dislike it, you know, it does happen. I do hold it against you. If you've been watching or clicking through, I've been doing horror-based Halloween-ish movies every night. I was going to do tonight What Culture Horror, not wrestling, ranking of reality's best horror movies for the past since 1990 to more or less now. But unfortunately, I saw the news that actor Robbie, hopefully I'm saying this right, Coltrane, passed away. If you do not know who he is, he was Hagrid. It sucks. It blows. Hagrid, like, I have a lot of issues with that movie. Some character people were right, some people were wrong. Hagrid was spot on. So, two kind of clips. First is a 37-second clip that hopefully does not get me in trouble with YouTube, of kind of a crazy quote that he said and kind of reason why he was perfect for Hagrid. And I'll do a super Carlin movie on reaction to why Dumbledore trusted Hagrid. I haven't fully seen it, so I can get nitpicked there. But first, let's hear from the man himself.
I just think it's an end of an era. It's 10 years of my life, and my children have grown up during it, of course.
That is Robbie Coltrane, finest gamekeeper in Hogwarts, last day on Harry Potter.
Okay, I got it right, thank God. And like I said, he was perfect for Hagrid. If it looks like I'm going to cry, I plausibly am.
The legacy of the movies is that my children's generation will show them to their children. So you could be watching it in 50 years' time. Easy. I'll not be here, sadly, but don't you think on it for 1 minute. But Hagrid will. Yes.
Now, that's a great mindset to have, you know. Look, I did this amazing thing for all these years. I brought this character to life. But it sucks. I wish they did a Harry Potter, or like the animated series, and got him to voice Hagrid. But another great member of that cast is no longer with us. So, in honor of the man, Robbie Coltrane, the biggest Harry Potter YouTubers I know, I wish I knew them personally. They seem like cool guys. The Super Carlin brothers. Why Dumbledore trusts Hagrid so much. Theory.
Visit
Reaction.
BetterHelp.com/super and learn to focus on the positive.
Yeah, Daily Today, BetterHelp. They don't sponsor me, but click their thing. They're good people. They're allegedly good people.
Hey brother! Why does Dumbledore trust Hagrid so much? All throughout Harry Potter, we witness Dumbledore having unshaking faith in certain characters. And at times, it is to the utter annoyance of the other characters, like whenever it's to do with Snape. Dumbledore alone knows Snape's full story though, and is therefore unwavering in his trust of him. But Snape, for his own reasons, didn't want his underlying intentions or motivations shared with anyone.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
Ever. My word, Severus, that I shall never reveal the best of you? Dumbledore sighed, looking down into Snape's ferocious, anguished face. If you insist. And as such, not even Dumbledore's closest confidants, like McGonagall, know the real reason he trusts Snape. But then Snape is also like a former dark wizard who works in a dungeon and floats around like he's a giant bat all the time, so he kind of invites a lot of questions, you know? He's not exactly a bow-truckle leg-tying, unicorn-comforting, hippogriff-taming, only-known person to raise a flock of thestrals, dragon-loving sweetheart like Hagrid is.
Oh, bless him, look, he knows his mummy.
The main reason people ever seem to question Dumbledore about why he trusts Hagrid is just because Hagrid's kind of like maybe big and like a little clumsy.
Sorry about that.
We of course
Yeah. Oh, he did get expelled, but yeah, that buttons were pressed. I'm gonna hit space to pause it.
all know that Hagrid was expelled during his third year
Wrongfully.
after being framed for opening the Chamber of Secrets, and that upon being expelled, his wand is snapped in half, and he's only allowed to be.
Yeah, I don't believe his wand was ever snapped in half. I just think Dumbledore transfigured it into an umbrella because we've seen Ron try to do magic with a broken wand. It didn't work. Hagrid more or less pulls stuff off.
Kept on as groundskeeper at Hogwarts due to Dumbledore's intervention. A role he gladly accepts and works with pride for the next 50 plus years, accumulating God knows how many galleons. Video by clicking.
Yeah, they do have another video where Sarah's a secret millionaire, which makes a whole lot of sense. Hold on. There we go.
Card. Gotta say though, love the work ethic on Hagrid. I mean, 50 plus years before he finally gets a promotion, and I mean, by all accounts, that promotion seems to include all of the responsibilities of his former job. I mean,
Yeah, but he seems like the type of guy who loves being outdoors and messing with the animals, so therefore he probably didn't see it really as a job.
you don't see McGonagall out there lugging in trees to the Great Hall for the big Christmas feast, which has like 13 people at it annually. Of course, I guess if the other professors did it, they just use magic. Which, to that end, though, why don't they just use magic? Why do they make Hagrid drag it in?
Why does Filch have to clean an entire castle when there's house elves there? They just do things that way.
Rude. Whatever. The point is, Dumbledore trusts Hagrid to drag those trees in, and arguably even more important tasks like, I don't know, collecting the chosen one from the wreckage of the Potter's house hours after the world's darkest wizard tried to murder him as a baby. Casual. The question has never been, why does Hagrid trust Dumbledore? It has always been
Hagrid trusts Dumbledore because he's a giant puppy.
the other way around. What happened that allows Dumbledore to trust Hagrid so much? Today, we find out. Hey, brother! Guys, before we dive on into today's video, we need to...
Yep, he has sponsors. I don't do that, so we're going to do... Yeah, cool thing about them, and if I ever somehow mythically get a sponsor, and I figure it out, I'll put that yellow bar thing bottom so you know how long the skip had too. And on
below. Okay, so right out of the gate, I mean, like, I'd trust Hagrid. I mean, he's basically the best. But then at the same time, during
yeah, he did afford, Hedwig a super rare owl and not even bat an eye about it.
Harry's first year, he sort of let slip like a lot of really important information he's not supposed to.
Shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have told you that. I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
I shouldn't have told you that. I should not have told you that.
Plus,
did he let it slip, or was he kind of informed, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, how he could use this information?
he also gambles his way into the ownership of a very illegal dragon's egg, which he then shows to 11-year-olds.
No more questions.
Not to mention, part of that deal was giving away information about how to get past Fluffy, which could have resulted in the return of Voldemort. Well, I mean, let's back of the head face it. Voldemort was never getting past that mirror. That could have been the only obstacle, but Hagrid didn't know that.
None of the teachers knew what anybody else did.
Then in Harry's 4th year, he again illegally breeds into creation blast-ended scroots,
Which, if you've never seen the movie, you don't know about.
like, hey, happy accident, the Department of Magical Games and Sports decided to use the scroots for the 3rd task. Woo! But also, it is definitely very illegal to just make blast-ended scroots, and at some point also involved the mating of a fire crab, which I'll remind you actually looks more like a small turtle, with this, a manticore. Like, why did
Yeah, we're not going there. Not going there.
Hagrid
The size alone.
think that this would work? And also, follow-up question, how did it work? And
Hey, Jay. You're a family show. You don't get to answer those questions.
follow-up question, what happened to the manticore? This is the real reason Aragog's family suddenly turns on Hagrid. They're like, yeah, you put a manticore in the forest, bruh! My point is that despite Hagrid's exceedingly good nature, he's also prone to...
Do you think Newt had anything to do with that manticore fire crab breeding?
poor decision-making at times, which calls into question Dumbledore's inexplicable trust of him. I mean, we already mentioned that he trusted Hagrid to retrieve Harry from the wreckage of the Potter house, and we know that at that time,
Well, that could also be because you figure most people would try to use magic, which probably bring the house down more. Hagrid's big enough and strong enough that he can move most like plywood around pretty easily, or 2x4s, like real simple in a wrecked house.
Dumbledore already knows the prophecy and just how important Harry actually is. Also trusts Hagrid to retrieve Harry from the Dursleys when it's time to come to Hogwarts.
You're a wizard, Harry.
He gives him the Potter's Gringotts vault key. He allows him to teach
Probably because he didn't need the money. A lot of people would be like overly greedy, or Hagrid's just like, yes, I'll go do it. I'll like friendship.
generations of students at the school, and even trust him to recruit giants to the good side when they previously were aligned with Voldemort. Like, that's a pretty big deal. That's a huge swing in the battle. Not to mention, I can't
He did send Madame Maxine with him. Let's be honest.
believe I didn't mention this earlier. He is allowed to handle the Philosopher's Stone itself. Which, to be fair, even though it feels like lifting the stone off Hagrid would be totally a breeze, it's not until it's actually under like several layers of protection at Hogwarts
Most people probably didn't know he had it, but still, a random pickpocket would have been like giddy.
that it's actually almost stolen. Actually, for that matter, Hagrid's doing a better job than Gringotts itself, because the same vault is broken into literally later that day. Hagrid's all like, no place safer than Gringotts, except maybe Hogwarts, or my coat. Like, they constantly say the coat is made out of moleskin, but I'm thinking it's made out of moke skin, the same kind of pouch he gives Harry to keep his valuables in, where only the person who owns the pouch can retrieve the valuables out. Honestly, it begs the question,
No, because Harry gets the money out of his pocket.
though, what kind of magical creature is a moke? Also, if it's not a moke, then how many moles went into making Hagrid's coat? I mean, moles are small and Hagrid's big. Either way, Hagrid clearly knows his way around magical beasts, which I think is a really great starting point for us. Because, as I'm sure you've noticed, the current line of movies being produced by Wizarding World is literally called Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them.
Or Fantastic Beasts and Underwhelming Movies.
As we like to call it, Fabatchfla. And while Fantastic Beasts starts in 1927, it is pretty clearly barreling towards the big legendary duel between Dumbledore and Grindelwald, which we know that Dumbledore wins, and where he becomes the master of the Elder Wand. And that duel in particular is really important as it pertains to Hagrid, because we know from Dumbledore's chocolate frog card that the duel takes place in 1945. And we know that Hagrid was expelled from Hogwarts 50 years prior to Chamber of Secrets, which takes place in 1992, so math, that's 1942. Which crazily means that Tom Riddle has actually already made at least his first Horcrux.
See, Hagrid was expelled in his third year in 42, which puts him at 13. So you're trusting a 16-year-old right now.
Out of the diary before Grindelwald is even defeated. And that movie canon Jude Law had better have this magnificent beard by the time the final movie rolls around. Just saying. Anyway, math.
Also, wardrobe issues.
That means Hagrid has been expelled.
Not that way. I'm saying, like, they also say, like, Dumbledore doesn't really knows how to really dress up because he went to go tell Tom about about the school in a hideous suit.
For 3 years by the time the big legendary duel finally rolls around. And even back then, when Hagrid was expelled, he is already known for being attracted to really monstrous beasts. Because don't forget, the very reason he was able to be framed for the killing of Moaning Myrtle was because he was already housing Aragog the Acromantula inside the castle at the same time. Which guy would you say it like that? I mean, yes, Hagrid was wrongly accused of murder, but like...
Only because the creature he was controlling didn't get around to it. Yes.
He probably should have had that spider in there, man. But that is all important because we know Dumbledore is the one who allows Hagrid to stay on as gamekeeper, and he'll have had that job for 3 years by the time Dumbledore is going to fight Grindelwald in a movie series called Fantastic Beasts. So in some way, shape, or form, it almost absolutely has to mean that Hagrid is going to show up in the Fantastic Beasts movies and save Dumbledore's life by use of some fantastic beast. Or else Dumbledore gives
Tiny Fluffy? That'd be hilarious. Little, like, normal sized chocolate black lab with 3 heads. You know that'd be adorable.
Hagrid some sort of do or die job, like, I'm going off into battle, I'm gonna lose unless you do this sort of thing. So like, it's possible Dumbledore has to walk into battle not knowing for sure whether or not Hagrid actually did do the thing, but just has to trust him. And it's all pretty interesting.
I'm not playing it twice.
Because Hagrid's already a half giant who's been wrongfully expelled from school and had his wand snapped in half. And
allegedly. Oh, just put scrolling down here.
Allegedly.
Grindelwald himself is already really charming and manipulative. He's already stirring crowds into believing some pretty dangerous viewpoints. So
I think the Giant Death did a better job. That's just me.
It would not surprise me at all if he had some really big, nice-sounding offer for Hagrid for him to turn on Dumbledore. Maybe.
Yeah, but I think at this stage, after getting him a job and let him stay on and actually believe that he did do it, I don't think Hagrid would sway sides that easily.
Maybe there's something Hagrid shouldn't tell Grindelwald about Dumbledore and won't.
I shouldn't have said that.
And I'm not gonna.
That's top secret.
But whatever the case may be, all the signs.
I do like the fact if you look at the just above the play symbol, all the Hagrids, all of them.
Point to Hagrid saving Dumbledore's life in some way, shape, or form. And for all we know, he already has, possibly several times. But the other big thing that almost for sure means Hagrid is going to help Dumbledore in this fight is that for as long as we've known Hagrid, his wand has been fully intact and concealed inside his pink umbrella. True, he does tell Ollivander, yes, they did. I've still got the pieces though. But you don't use them. Oh, no, sir, said Hagrid quickly. Harry noticed he gripped his pink umbrella very tightly as he spoke.
Well, if you think about it, Harry repairs his wand with the Elder Wand. In the book, not the movie. He just snaps and throws off the bridge like an idiot. And then, so it's proven that you can restore a snapped wand with the Elder Wand. So, Dumbledore could have done that and just transfigured it.
Got the pieces plural, you say, Hagrid? Like, I'm sorry, but we've seen in Harry Potter wands that have been broken try to work and they just don't.
Hey, I made this comment earlier in the video.
Ron's wand all through Chamber of Secrets is spellotaped back together and it never functions properly. Harry's wand gets smashed in Deathly Hallows, and even though Hermione tries to repair it with magic, it never works again. That is, until Harry himself is able to repair the wand by using the Elder Wand.
I swear I did not see this before. I'm actually just guessing.
Which, as I'm sure you are aware, is the very wand Dumbledore wins from Grindelwald in the duel in question. Wouldn't it be a truly grand repayment and thanks by Dumbledore to Hagrid to repair Hagrid's wand with the Elder Wand?
I don't think Dumbledore would tell him, though. That's the thing. Dumbledore wouldn't be like, here, I put your wand in the umbrella.
really the only explanation for how Hagrid's wand is able to work over and over and over again with no issues. Especially when you consider the reality that Hagrid never actually finished his formal education. He only got up to about 2.5 years before he was expelled 50 years ago. And
he should have been allowed to take like summer classes, once he got proven innocent.
Yet, whenever Hagrid knows a spell, it works. He's able to start fires, he turns Dudley into a pig, he can make the
Kind of. He just gave him a tail.
small boat go faster, he engorges pumpkins. And you're telling me that Hagrid is doing this with a broken wand, minimal education, and no accidents? No. I think Dumbledore decided to trust Hagrid in a moment where Hagrid had nothing else to gain. He could have turned his back on Dumbledore, but he didn't. Even going back to Rita Skeeter's book, The Life and Lies of Albus Dumbledore, it says, "All I'll say is don't be so sure there really was the spectacular duel of legend. After they've read my book, people may be forced to conclude that Grindelwald simply conjured a white handkerchief from the end of his wand and came quietly." That means, though, that Dumbledore was going into a battle against one of the darkest wizards who ever lived and somehow walks away the master of the Elder Wand. And for that to be true, it means Grindelwald had to be the master in the first place, meaning it was unbeatable, meaning he couldn't lose, and yet he doesn't even try? All that, of course, is assuming Rita Skeeter can be trusted in this situation.
No, not at all.
Which it pains me to do, but it does seem like most of the information she gathered on Dumbledore, no matter how she skewed it, was still true. But what it means is that whatever Hagrid's role was in helping Dumbledore against Grindelwald, it was so significant that Grindelwald felt that even with the Elder Wand, he shouldn't even try. And as a result, Hagrid earned Dumbledore's undying faith and trust. A sentiment Dumbledore backed by using his newly won Elder Wand to do one of the truly remarkable bits of magic we know it capable of doing, repairing Hagrid's wand. And they've been best buds ever since. The end! The thing is, it actually works as an umbrella. But Ben, my question for you and everyone else is, what do you think? Will Hagrid help Dumbledore defeat Grindelwald? Is that why Hagrid's wand is truly repaired? Let me know all of your thoughts in the towel section down below.
No, I definitely think there needs to be this massive blow-off fight between the two of them. But if you're going to say why, Hagrid could do the whole jumping in front of the person and I'm going to make it worse, sure. In front of them to stop them from taking some big spell, knowing that he has his giant skin will protect him from that. But that's it. That is all we have for you today. Rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane. Hope I didn't butcher that name because I'm an idiot. Nope, I did not. Till then, I'll see you weird people later.